A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a shocking incident that has sent ripples of fear and outrage across Minnesota, a Democratic state lawmaker was fatally shot in her home, and another lawmaker was injured in what authorities are calling a politically motivated attack. This tragic event unfolded early Saturday morning in Brooklyn Park, a suburb of Minneapolis, where law enforcement officials are now on a massive manhunt for the suspect, identified as 57-year-old Vance Bolter. The shootings have raised alarms about the safety of elected officials in a time of heightened political tensions nationwide. The victims, Melissa Hortman, a prominent figure in Minnesota politics and former House Speaker, and her husband, Mark, were found dead in their residence. Meanwhile, State Senator John Hoffman and his wife, Yvette, were shot at their home in Champlin, approximately 15 kilometers away. Both are currently recovering after undergoing surgery, and officials remain cautiously optimistic about their recovery. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz expressed his deep sorrow during a press conference, referring to Hortman as a formidable public servant who dedicated her life to improving the state. "Our state lost a great leader, and I lost the dearest of friends. She is irreplaceable and will be missed by so many," he stated, emphasizing the need for unity against political violence. Authorities are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shootings, which occurred just after 2 a.m. Police received reports of gunfire at the Hoffman's home and responded to find the couple with multiple gunshot wounds. Upon discovering the identity of the victims, officers proceeded to Hortman's home, where they encountered a man dressed as a police officer leaving the premises. The suspect opened fire on the officers, who returned fire, but he managed to escape. Investigators have revealed that the suspect was in possession of no kings, flyers, and writings that mentioned the victims, suggesting a targeted attack. The flyers were linked to protests scheduled against President Donald Trump, which were subsequently canceled as a precaution. State Patrol Colonel Christina Bogajevic urged citizens to avoid any planned demonstrations until the suspect is apprehended, citing concerns for public safety. In the wake of these events, hundreds of law enforcement officers have been deployed throughout the area, some equipped with tactical gear and assault-style weapons, as they search for Bolter. A cell phone alert was sent to residents, warning them to remain indoors and report any sightings of the suspect, who is described as a white male with brown hair, donning black body armor, and possibly impersonating law enforcement. The political ramifications of this incident are profound, as leaders from both sides of the aisle have condemned the violence. Minnesota House Speaker Lisa DeMuth, a Republican, expressed her heartbreak over the attack, calling it evil and urging Minnesotans to pray for the victims and law enforcement personnel involved in the ongoing investigation. This tragic incident highlights the increasingly dangerous climate for politicians and public figures in the United States, where political discourse has devolved into hostility and violence. Governor Walz's remarks echo a growing concern among leaders nationwide about the safety of elected officials. "We must all, in Minnesota and across the country, stand against all forms of political violence," he urged, calling for accountability for those responsible for such heinous acts. As the investigation continues, the community is left grappling with the loss of a respected leader and the implications of this targeted attack. The manhunt for Vance Bolter remains a top priority for law enforcement, who are working tirelessly to bring him to justice and restore a sense of safety to the community. In the coming days, as more details emerge, it is clear that the impact of this tragedy will be felt far beyond the borders of Minnesota, serving as a stark reminder of the urgent need to address political violence in the nation. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.